What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
And we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 50K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
I was out doing a delivery one late night. It was probably the longest drive I have ever taken for a pizza delivery. From the pizza place I worked at, it was a 20-minute drive, which isn't too crazy out where I live. Plus, they ordered 4 large pies, so I figured it was a party and I would get a much bigger tip. Navigating the dirt roads at night was always annoying, though. I pulled up to the given address. It was some old, sketchy-looking building, literally in the middle of a forest clearing.
Boy, you got free
There were
pizza.
no car.
That's free pizza, bro. You took that pizza and left and said nobody was home.
Oh Lord!
Cause now you finna give us a story that we didn't know was gonna happen. Cause
For real?
Yeah, he could have avoided that.
But that's a good worker. You know, he wanted to make sure that the pizza got delivered.
Yeah.
Although, baby, for me, that
You knocking? You honking your horn?
I'm not even going in the driveway.
That's a long, dark dirt road.
Cause what a party.
Who eating all this pizza?
Was parked anywhere or any lights on. I put my car in park and called my boss. I asked him to reread the address at least 3 times to make sure I typed it in right, but that checked out. I could tell he was in a really bitchy mood, and he told me to at least knock on the door and check it out. He would normally get mad if we took back 1 pie, but I was afraid of what he would do if I brought back 4.
Maybe you ain't have to
I was
bring it back.
insanely unnerved, but got out anyway and forced myself to the front door of the building. There was no doorbell, so I just knocked really hard. I heard nothing and didn't really expect to hear anything. I was extremely disappointed, not because nobody answered the door, but because I was realizing that it was all a waste of time and gas. I knocked 1 more time out of desperation, and then began to hear some kind of rustling noises from inside of the building.
Okay, you feel good. We got human interaction finna go down. Okay, you can give the person.
I knocked again and yelled that I was the pizza guy.
Oh, he
There was
wanted that
silence
tip.
now. I felt a bit more uncomfortable now than before. But before I could turn around, I noticed something at the window. There was someone looking through the window.
Bro, come get your
I
food.
couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. All I noticed were their eyes.
Oh Lord, listen.
Their eyes were open wider than I knew possible.
See, baby, that's the problem. I would have been back at the car, pulling out the driveway by now.
Sound like he finna build a pizza.
Baby, leave the pizza.
Yeah.
Go on about your business.
Yeah.
It ain't even pizza, it's pies. Oh wait, they may call it.
Pizza pies what he
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Staring intently at me. I was disturbed enough by this and dropped the pizzas and ran back to my car.
You did right.
The
Now check
shitty
your
thing
back
wouldn't
seat.
start until turning the key for
Oh,
the 3rd
Lord.
time. I drove off the grass and back onto the dirt road, but I felt the car rocking about, shaking and bumping. Something wasn't right.
You was gone
I
too
didn't
long.
make it far from the building before I started hearing a sharp scraping sound coming from outside. There was so much resistance that I couldn't even drive.
Oh.
The car came to a stop.
Oh.
I got out of the car to check what the hell was wrong. A chill ran up my spine as I began to feel like my heart was constantly skipping beats. My tires had been slashed and had completely fallen off the rim. Not just the front though. All 4 tires were slashed.
Yo,
They still roll.
either that still road or them feet gonna start moving. That jog was gonna be long, but it was gonna be worth it.
No.
Straight gravel. We out of here because
I was gonna drive that car to. Wait, hold up! I can't even get my words out. I was gonna drive that car so I couldn't drive no more. The rotor was gonna be messed up and all, but it's rolling.
yeah. At that point, we definitely gonna break the car the rest of the way.
It's okay.
I realized somebody did this when I was knocking on the door to that
What up?
building. Instead of running, I got back in the car and locked the doors.
I ain't hearing
I
a
was
fish
so
bowl.
close to that building, I could practically see it from where I was, if it weren't for the trees blocking the view. I dialed 911 and explained everything to the operator. She told me the cops would be over as soon as possible and that I need to stay hidden. I asked her if it was advisable to stay in the car or run, and she told me it would be best to stay in the car with the door locked.
Be a
She
sitting
asked
duck.
me to stay on the line with her until the cops arrived.
Oh,
My
that's
whole body was
perfect, right?
shaking.
Stay on the line with the phone operator. You could.
We could stay on the line while I'm running down the street. Because, baby, my anxiety would not allow me to just sit still.
See, the thing about officers, they know their environment. They know the community really well. So I'm pretty sure they know that location better than he do. And if they don't come within the time they need to be there, then yeah, they know not to mess with that.
And he ain't the first.
And he's not the first. Yeah.
In all directions, there was nothing but dark, seemingly endless forest. I knew it would take forever for the cops to get there. I was not comfortable with sitting in that car so close to whoever did this. The next part, though, is what utterly destroyed me.
Destroyed?
It still shakes me to this day, and I hope nobody ever has to experience this kind of fear. As I was scanning all the windows, making sure nobody was outside, I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was the same person. The same person I saw at that window.
Oh, snap.
Eyes open wider than ever.
Oh, no.
I could see now that it was a woman, and I could ever so slightly see a smile begin to spread across her
My
face.
food here.
I opened my door and full on sprinted into the woods, not caring how much noise I made. I ran until I was out of breath, which didn't take long, and I hid behind a giant log on the ground. I tried to cover my loud breathing with my hand as I waited and waited for what felt like hours, until I finally heard sirens in the distance. I gathered up all the stamina I had left to run all the way back in the direction of the dirt road. Eventually, the glowing red and blue lights came into view, and I had never felt better in my life. They were parked in front of my car, investigating with flashlights. I came out yelling at them like a lunatic to help me. I fell to the floor and started to gag, almost throwing up from running so much. They picked me up and began to question me, to which I explained everything to the best of my ability. One of the two cars drove over to the building, and the two officers began to search the building.
Not with me.
They came back with nothing except for a couple of spiky objects. These objects were exactly the same as the ones used to slash my tires.
Okay, we're making progress.
The cops guessed that it was some kind of sick, demented couple, being that I saw the woman, but unfortunately they were never found, and that still kills me to this day. I obviously quit my job right after that and started working at a local grocery store.
No more
I know
deliveries.
that I'll never forget seeing that woman at the back of my car.
Whoa. Whoa, this is a true story.
Is it?
Yeah, a true pizza delivery story.
Oh, wow.
Yo, he was about to get eaten. He was the pizza.
First of all, I'm not going down no dark road to deliver no pizza. And then the lights out in the house and everything.
That's what I'm saying. I would have never went. I would have turned around.
Like
if the road, no, address not found. If the road was becoming way too long and dark, yeah, I would have been turned around. It's like, 'cause it's starting to look a little suspect.
Because what y'all doing? I didn't watch too many of those documentaries. Okay?
Like I said, he should have had free pizza. Forget that tip.
For real.
Yeah, the boss man gonna have to bite that one in the butt or something, 'cause I ain't doing it.
All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.